Hey everybody, welcome back to the Dangerplanet. Today, we're doing a Smack Talk tier list for the upcoming team event at CaptainCon.
Go for it.
Okay. All right, guys. Today, I'm joined by Sam and Nathan. Sam, say hello.
Hello!
Nathan, say hello to the internet.
Hello, the internet.
And today, we are talking about our competition at the upcoming Team Booty and Plunder event at CaptainCon 2025.
CaptainCon, woo!
CaptainCon woo indeed, Samuel. CaptainCon woo indeed. One of the big things that I think a lot of people are expecting is kind of the old style smack talk video that used to be so popular when people would participate in team tournaments in Boston in the past. And now that we're doing it again, we're back with the tradition to talk smack about all of our teams that we're going to be fighting against and to just let them know how thoroughly we are going to trounce them. Because clearly, Team Dangerplanet is winning this event. Right, Nathan?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you may notice, kind of traditional tier list. We have a few more tiers than we normally do, but we've been working on this for 3.5 months, spending every waking second of every hour, all three of us pouring, which is impressive, given, I don't do anything, but Sam and Nathan do. Just really sort of narrowing it down to these 10 tiers, which are, of course...
Our 10 tiers are ranking all 10 of our fearsome opponents as the absolutely god-awful Malifaux models they most closely represent.
Yeah.
So, if we think that you are as tough as a Malifaux child, you're going to hear about it here. Whereas if we think that we have an aversion to you, you're going to hear about it here too.
So, obviously we've been playing a bunch of Malifaux to prepare. Nathan, what extra special thing have you been doing to prepare? Not just for the, hundreds of hours that have gone into the making of this tier list, but for our eventual Dangerplanet win at CaptainCon 2025's Booty and Plunder team tournament.
Well, I've been playing a bunch of a video game called Mechabellum.
Oh, sure. Okay, yep. And how exactly does that translate to Malifaux?
Well, it has robots in it, and Malifaux also has some mech-like things in it.
Yeah, you've heard it here first, folks.
It's a perfect 1-to-1.
Yeah, so if you think you're going to play Hoffman, if you think you're going to play Tiri, any of those against Nathan, you're just going to get blown out. It's not going to work. Sam, what have you been doing to prepare, aside from getting a cold?
I have been practicing eating models, and I've got it down to a science right now. I'm so quick. If you look away from the table for a second, I will chow down on your master. You will come back and you will be like, where did Kirai go? And I'll be like, I don't know. But I'll say it muffled.
Yeah, and I think that specific special power should go exceptionally well with mine, which is eating cards. So if Sam and I are next to each other on a table and you guys look away, we're not only going to eat the model, but we'll eat the cards too, and then you won't be able to see a damn thing.
We're going to buzzsaw your entire half of the table.
Yeah.
You're going to have to pull back your fingers.
Yeah, and Talk will be, no, she won't, but if she was, she would eat all your tokens. Just ask Doug. So let's talk about our first supposed teammate, our first opponent. I'm not even supposed to be.
You mean our first victim?
Our first victim. Let's talk about our first victim, which seems a little over the top, but it's very funny. I'm not even supposed to be here. So far, the only one we have in this tier is Merc L2N, which is, of course, Derek, who's one of the locals. Now, obviously, he's taken a move that I wouldn't even have thought of, which is not registering any other players under his team right now. And I think that that's a great idea, so we can, jam in some Russian, Malifaux chess, what do you call it there?
Ringers.
But who knows who his other two opponents could be. All we can trade on is what is submitted in the Longshanks at time of recording. And that's what we have right now is just Derek. Where are we going to put Derek? Nathan, what do you think?
Well, he seems pretty desperate for some mercenaries, so I think there's an obvious choice here.
I think too. Aversion?
Possibly not.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I think
I'd say he is a merc, and he's clearly desperate, because he showed up without even having any friends here. So,
wow. Yeah.
Desperate merc tier.
Yeah, so Merc L2N and, of course, the two Russian Malifaux Sharks that he plans on having on his team, we will be placing in the Desperate Merc tier. Next up, we have Team Don't Mind Us, which are some other locals. I guess we've random picking on all the locals first. Team Don't Mind Us is a couple of our local folks from the Connecticut, Rhode Island, Southern Mass area. What are we doing with these guys, Sam?
Well, I heard that they had a run-in with a thief, and so I think it's only appropriate.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, you're not wrong. It's only appropriate. We're going
to call them the Stolen.
The Stolen. Yeah. Shout out to Austin. A bunch of his Malifaux models got stolen, and they're currently sitting in an evidence locker, which is hopefully due back to him sometime. I think this event happened, if I recall, in 2022. It's 2025 now, and it's a good thing that his guild is gone, because if they weren't, we might be in for a run for our money. So I think Austin's going to be playing Neverborn, and we're going to eat the rest of his models so that he'll have to petition the cops to give him his models back, right? That's the only option.
The cops will be pretty good at Malifaux by now, though.
Yeah.
Although if all they have left to practice with is guild, probably not.
Well, I mean, or probably, like, what's the worst? Somebody throws thunders at them, they're fucked. Okay, so let's Nathan, do you have any comments on the Don't Mind Us team?
I don't really mind them that much.
Rad. We did it.
If you guys win even a single game, it'll be stolen.
Wow, probably not though, because that's mean. I might cut this. I don't know. This is gonna be
this is smack talking. We gotta talk smack.
We're smack talking. Yeah, you're right. It'll be stolen. Yeah. All right. Let's talk our next opponent on the block. We have the Buff Guild. I don't think they're very buff. I think they're not even a guild, except for Nathan Hoyle. It's Metalman, Jeremy Posner, and Nathan Hoyle. Nathan, what do you think? Where are we putting these guys? Pretending
on the one hand, I want to show solidarity to my fellow Nathan. But on the other hand, they want a buff guild, which is clearly the strongest faction, so we can't have that.
Well, if memory serves, Nathan, wasn't there a particular guild model that might have been nerfed recently?
Yeah, in fact, because it was too strong. It was always being hired.
Yeah, Sam, do you remember what that model was?
That was the Guild Lawyer, and I just want to say to you, Nathan, I magicked this into existence. After our last conversation at Captain Con last year, where I was constantly telling you how much I was looking forward to Guild being nerfed, I went home and I meditated in my mind palace for 3 days and 3 nights, and bam! Weird cut off the lawyer's nuts.
Yeah. So Buff Guild, I don't think so. Guild Lawyer tier, sons. What?
Who's next? Hot Rod?
No, actually. Next we have the
next to be nerfed.
What's that? Oh, who's
next guild model to be nerfed.
Hot Rod, and then, of course, Tull. They got to nerf Tull into the ground.
Yeah, we're coming for you too, Lucius.
Yeah, and Tucius. And Threcius.
All the shisses.
Yeah, all the shisses. All right, next up we have the Master Faders. We have Shane York, Bobby Boats, and David Meisner. Flying all the way in from California, I think, if I remember serves correctly. Shout out to you, David. Thanks for coming to the GT. Also, Shane York was at our GT. Also, Bobby Boats was at our GT. Everyone was. It's almost like they're local. What are we saying about these guys, Nathan?
I forget what our bid was for them.
Rad.
Yeah.
We can't even remember what our bid is for them.
I don't think we really have a bid for them. We're just going to call them stolen because they're like way fishing. The goal is smack talk, so
we're gonna put them in the stolen tier too, because
I look at them. I look at those stolen. I look at those big soulful eyes and that little munched rat, and I think that's these guys.
Yeah, because David, Bobby, and Shane have stolen our hearts.
If I passed you on the street and you had your little tin cup out and you were like, "Please, sir, I need a coin for some soup," I wouldn't give you any. I'd walk right by.
I don't even carry soup.
Yeah, I wouldn't give you a coin or soup. I would say get a job.
Technically speaking, that's not true. I do actually carry soup quite frequently, but
you wouldn't share it.
I wouldn't share it in this case. Get wrecked, Master Faders. So where we put it there, stolen tier as well.
Stolen tier.
Now here's the question: are they going above Don't Mind Us or below?
Can we both put them? Can we put them both at the bottom of the tier?
Yeah.
Somehow.
I'll just swap them periodically. All right. Next up, we have the Big Hat Bandits from Texas, which is, of course, John Moser, Andre Demings, and Jordan Woodfin. And can I just say, they don't stand a chance. because I'm going to beat Andre. That's a realistic goal in life that could happen. Definitely, for sure.
He's not going to be able to crutch on Squish and Squash
That's
this
true,
time,
yeah.
or Damien. We're
Yeah,
going to have to
he's-
look at what Andre does when he's actually forced to play a real crew.
Wow, no way. That couldn't happen. Where are we, Nathan, where are we putting the Big Hat Bandits? Or should I say the Small Hat Bandits, because I've heard secretly their hats are very tiny.
I think they're gonna get cooked like some classic Texas barbecue. So the only one that makes sense is piglets.
The Piglets.
Yeah, we're going to throw these guys on the grill.
Yeah, we are. I don't even think John Moser plays Bayou.
I mean, he might.
He does. I played him several times, and he's a very
Yes.
nice player. But that's not the point. Yeah, fun fact, Texas, I think. No, is it Texas? Maybe it was DC. I think it was DC. We played on Doug's casino table with Carverpath, and it was the worst. We didn't.
I do
break
remember
any of the
that. That was awful. Oh my god, that table.
Yeah, that was.
It was a
wild.
cool looking table, but not good for Carverpath.
Yeah, no. Doug was like, "Why didn't you just make the terrain destructible?" And I was like, "That didn't make any sense. What are you talking about?" And then, so basically, we just carved no path at all at any point, and it was
All
like,
terrain is
where we
destructible
versed
if you're brave
Soraya.
enough.
It was terrible. All right. Next up on the block, we have our Knucklehead friends to the north. The Canadians, we got Oracle and Jeff Chua. I'm not sure who their other team member is, but it looks like they're coming down from the frigid Northlands.
And we're going to turn them into Canadian bacon.
Yeah, or that Canadian snow stuff where you pour maple syrup out on the snow and then eat it like it's taffy because it gets cold and then syrupy and then kind of hard.
It'd be hard to turn a person into that.
No, because they're already kind of syrupy and hard?
Sure, let's go with that.
Yeah.
I still think Piglet tier, 2 forms of barbecue. We'll have our
Oh.
Canadian bacon right next to our Texas barbecue.
Ooh, Nathan, what do you think? Is that where we're putting them?
Do you have Canadian-themed smack talk to deliver?
Yeah, do ya?
Ah, dang it, no.
Did you say no?
No.
Okay, wild. Well,
Yeah.
stuff, they're going to go right next to the Texas Piglets. Because if there's one thing that reminds me of Canada, it's Texas. Or
They're
vice
both
versa.
big!
Whichever one is more smack talky. We did it. I thought they're both quite small, especially the hats that the Texas people have. Yeah, let's talk Team Demon Cats. They're cats made out of demons. They're also a bunch of local players, if I recall. Oh, no, they're not. They're Wolf Bun, Dustin Williams, and Sebastian Pedrino. So they're like Capital City crew area. We'll get to them in a minute. Don't you worry. But Wolf Bun, yeah, what tier are we going to put these guys in?
Well, it seems like Wolfbun always wants everyone to think he's Ivan, so let's put him in Ivan tier.
Wow. Nathan?
Yeah, I mean, he is the worst master in Explorer Society.
You're not wrong. And I frequently mistake you as being from the DC area, so you must clearly know all of these people better than we do. What are their weaknesses? Aside from playing Ivan. Do they have any weaknesses? Do they have any superpowers? That's a better question. We probably should have asked that before we started smacking all this talk and talking all this smack. Oh, geez. Breaking news. I've just received word from I'm not even supposed to be here that Derek is going to be running all 3 tables simultaneously like a chess event.
That sounds like something he could do.
Wild. Good thing we put him in the Desperate Merc tier because he's we should have put him in the Midnight Stalker tier or maybe something else, but it's too late because we've already recorded this part. And editing doesn't work that way. Let's throw Breach Burnt under the bus next. We got Brian Scott and James
Did we even
Hahn.
say what tier the Demon Cats are in?
Yeah, the Demon Cats. Yeah, we put them in Ivan tier because Wolfbun always cosplays like, oh, their cosplay could be a strength that we might not be able to overcome. What are we cosplaying as, Sam? Okay, we can't say that in a video. Come on.
I'm just telling you what I'm going to show up looking like.
I know, but don't though. Also, yeah, that's fine. All right, what are we gonna cosplay as, Nathan? Because I can't run what Sam just said.
I'll tell you what, we're going to cosplay as something that I know that nobody else at this event is going to look like. Dudes who are good at Malifaux.
What? Oh, sick burn. I'll note to future Brandon Selfin, definitely make sure to cut this, which I won't do. Get one of those, the Vuvuzela sounds, all right, we only got a couple teams left, so let's breach burnt right through this real quick, which brings me to breach burnt. That was a terrible segue, but we got Brian, Scott, and James. Where are they gonna go, and which breach are we gonna burn with them? Question
When I
mark.
think of breach burn, I think of an ugly, smelly ghost that nobody wants to be around. So they've got to be in aversion tier.
Yeah, Scott plays Neverborn. We did it.
Yeah.
A faction to which I have an aversion.
Yeah, well, I wish I had an aversion to it because then maybe I wouldn't have wasted the first year of playing Malifaux. Sick burn. I do feel bad, but I did message Scott and he said, "Yeah, smack talk all you want," and I was like, "Thanks, Scott, you're the best." Which, in hindsight, isn't smack talk, but it's fine.
Yeah, and of course
We're allowed
as an
to
Ohioan-
go as far as we want. No limits.
No, that's not what he said, Sam.
Did he say no limits? He said no limits,
he
didn't he?
didn't say no limits. He said, I think he said, a little friendly smack talk is always good.
It says right here,
Whoa.
no rules.
It doesn't say no limit.
Yes.
Some good
of course-
nature. He said specifically good-natured smack talk.
Ooh, don't know about that.
Yeah.
Fresh out of that.
Yep. And of course, as an Ohioan, I have an aversion to people who associate with Michiganders.
Ooh, is that what they're called?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
What
Come
about-
for the analysis,
is that
stay
only-
for the impenetrable regional rivalries.
Yeah, is that only the male presenting folks, or are the female presenting folks because the male are Michigeese?
All I know is their children are Michigoslings.
That makes sense. Which is where Ryan got his name.
Well, everyone in the U.S.
think I
is
hit
a
my
female right now,
bracket
so
out.
they're all Michiganders.
I can hear you.
Yes.
I'm just not listening to anything you say.
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, hello, Brandon.
Oh, okay.
We can hear
yeah,
you. We're just not listening to anything you say.
Thanks. Yeah. That's where Ryan got his name. We did it. All right. Next up, I can't even read the font on this. What is it? Deforable Diburbers. Defin. Who are these people? Jeff Mitchell. Ugh. Defective dice. The worst.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Well,
I've had.
I think it's important that we assign these guys the model that most closely and accurately communicates their level of usefulness in a game of Malifaux.
Yeah.
And that's why I suggest we put them in Soul Battery tier.
Yeah, I agree. Jeff spent a good amount of time a couple weeks ago at my place because we were recording a bunch of videos.
Did you
and,
sacrifice him for 2 soul stones or 2 cards?
I did, actually. I drew a couple times. I did it once around. And, him, Kevin, and Dr. D they're all Malifaux players, arguably.
Yeah, these are people who, from a certain light, are capable of playing the game.
Yeah, theoretically. And Jeff doesn't even know lore. And Kevin doesn't even know, what is Kevin like? Vampire stuff. Yeah, get wrecked, Kevin.
Man, you
and-
really gave it to Kevin.
Yeah, Dr. D, you're not even a real D. All right. The smack talk is good. Also we have we might have to move a tier because it looks like we didn't put anybody in one of the tiers.
Well, we're not done.
Okay, all right. Well, there's 3 tiers with no one in it, and 1 tier and 2 people left. But sure, let's talk the next tier. We got the Nova Open. So the next team we have Nova Open team in the Nova Open colors. You're welcome. We got Owen and Jeff Mansker, and Jeff's kid. I think Jeff's son is Gavin. I knew that. I've met them all before. Man, Owen, what a guy! I've played him several times, and he's always great. Wait, hold on.
That's not smack talk. That's like the opposite.
He has
That's
a hat,
Ugdog.
and it's not as cool as my hat.
Probably better,
Sometimes.
but I'm still not super impressed by that smack talk.
Yeah, he hasn't even played 40K in a hotel where Reagan got shot.
Weird flex. Not sure if I'm counting that one, but you know what?
All right.
I love your energy.
All right.
You're really bringing it.
One time, Jeff taught me how Black Blood worked.
Okay. I think Nathan, we need to take over because Brandon doesn't know how to smack talk.
Oh no. All right. Yeah, you guys take over.
I will
These guys
say
aren't even worth smack talking.
we're going to put these guys in a tier that reflects the fact that father and son have decided to play Malifaux together. We're going to put you in a tier that matches the level of threat that you project as a powerful family unit. Malifaux child tier.
Ooh, get wrecked, Nova Open. You guys are rad, and it's going to be a pleasure to see you. But also, you're a child. Or have a child?
You both are and have a child.
Yeah. And you know what, Owen? I hope that your wife comes because she's lovely to hang out with.
Brandon, we're going to have a conversation about this, about smack talk, after
Okay,
you're done with
alright.
this.
That's
We're gonna have
fine.
to talk about it. I think
All right. Well,
we need to make sure we're all on the same page.
are you telling me, Sam, that mistakes were made?
I wouldn't tell you.
Oh, I think that the Texas guys were supposed to be in pistoleros because they're Texas people.
No, we said that we
No.
weren't going to make them pistoleros because then they would seem cool. The Windy
Oh,
City
No,
guys
you
are
don't have
pistoleros.
Windy City Malifaux.
Yeah, Windy City guys.
We don't need them.
We're gonna we'll mention them, and you can edit it in later. You can do the video part.
No,
later.
I can just add them in now. Hold on 1 second. I just gotta open my recycle bin, which is where they belong.
Yeah, I mean, who's even heard of this Landon guy?
All right, you guys. Okay, next up we have mistakes were made. Mistakes were made, of course, are some people who are from, I don't know, nearby. We've Deep Hawkington and Tom Doty. Those guys certainly play Malifaux, I guess.
They are technically capable of putting a crew on the table and moving it around, and therefore, I think they should belong in the tier of the model that you are technically capable of hiring and putting in your crew. The Slipstreamer.
Technically, yeah. Also, I think just as a related sort of gut shot smack talk point, they don't even have the cool sailboard things, which are like surfboards but with sails.
Those things are cool.
Yeah, I want one. Nathan,
Yeah.
you have any thoughts about slipstreaming in general or sailboards?
Well,
hard
I
to
think
tell
some
what they're for.
mistakes were definitely made making this model.
All right, I mean, look at that. We just got one, so we'll come back in. This was here the whole time. Everything's fine. And lastly, we have the Windy City Malifaux team. I don't even think Chicago's a real place. Sam?
It's not.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's been there before.
Yeah, Nathan, have you ever been to Chicago or heard of it or talked about it before? You know what? I don't even think there were 4 major historical events that would be potentially represented on a flag. And even if it were, I think that flag would be dumb. How's that, Windy City?
It would definitely be dumb. They have 2 different baseball teams, and they're both awful. Woo!
And their transportation isn't very good. One time I saw some guy pee on the train, and it was terrible. And that's never happened to me in Boston. So these guys clearly don't know what they're doing with their public transport, which is the most scathing rebuke I have of a Malifaux team.
I actually find the Chicago public transit system pretty passable. But
Okay, well, calm down, Sam. I literally have an Oyster card. I'm not British. I have what's it called? The Metro card. I have the Chicago public transport in my wallet. I don't even have a Charlie card. That sounds like it's a defense to Chicago, and it shouldn't be. And just while we're on the topic, Joe is a lovely guy who's had me over to his house on multiple occasions, including for a tournament. And Landon's also helped quite a bit. And Joel's also lovely. Shout out to Joel and Becca. That's what I got.
I think we should put these guys in a tier of a model that Landon hires and nobody else in the world gets excited about.
Yeah.
Pistolero de Latigo.
Pistolero, yeah.
Pistolero
man.
de Chicago.
You're a Pistolero de Chicago, but don't have guns. They're not safe. Nathan?
Well, I think it's fitting that they're in the tier with the guild model because Landon just couldn't cut it on Thunder, so he had to take an even stronger faction.
Wow. You heard it here
Ouch.
first.
Harsh.
Harsh
But fair.
I think we've sufficiently smack-talked everybody. I hope they felt smacked, and they felt like we talked about them. Because we definitely did both of those things, except for the smacking, which is, of course, assault.
Well, guys, I just want you to know I'm going to show up at Nova ready for each and every one of you. I've got my huge saline syringe, and I'm gonna show up looking incredibly intimidating in a way that I can't describe on this video.
Yeah. Also, good luck at Nova. Let me know how that goes. Anywho, we'll see you guys all
Captain
at Captain Con. I'll
see you at Captain Con. Okay, that's fine. Nobody who hasn't been talking to me in the past week will have any idea what I'm talking about.
Amazing. That's true. But if you have, then you do.
Past few weeks, I'd say. I've been on this kick for a
It's been
while.
going on for a while.
Nathan, do you have any final intimidating threats, but not really threats, because we don't want to get in trouble to our future victims?
Well, last time I went out to the East Coast, I took back $1,000. So I expect everyone coming to have some money ready for me because I'm going to mug you all.
Yeah, Nathan's gonna mug you. Check it out. Sam, do you have any semi-hostile comments you want to say?
I don't know. I mean, welcome to our, fair city. I hope you have a good time. I'm going to kill you.
Rhode Island. It's not our fair city.
Welcome to Rhode Island's fair city.
Yeah.
I hope we enjoy karaokeing with you.
Yeah, y'all had better come out to karaoke, because if you don't, then I'll be sad, because you're all lovely people.
Yeah. Although I don't know if I'm gonna be well enough to sing karaoke. We'll see.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, you know, pace yourself, because obviously you got to save your energy for stomping through all these noobs.
Yeah, I don't think there's a single person on this list I could ever imagine losing a game to.
Ooh, all right, that might be a little too much. Well,
Well, I mean, I'll put it this way: I have won one game against Landon in real life ever, and I think this year I'm gonna double it.
wow, me too. Technically, if I have to play Landon, which just so we're clear, dibs on not playing Landon. I am undefeated in tournaments unless you count the one in Joe's basement against Joe and Joel, or all the times that Joel and I have drawn. So
No, that's not a defeat. That's a draw.
yeah, undefeated. Although I think he actually did beat me one time, and I am misremembering. But
No, it didn't happen.
that didn't happen. Windy City Malifaux. That's enough weird smack talk.
Okay, sounds good.
Say goodbye to the internet.
Goodbye, internet.
Goodbye.
Bye. Okay, that was a weird video, but I like.
Yeah,
it.
but I think it'll be fun once we cut a bunch of the crap out.
Oh, I'm leaving it all in. Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by the planet. You can check out the video description below for all of our important info and links. You can see a link to the Discord if you want to come be nerds on the internet with us. We have channels for like all the games that we're playing and all of our community members are excited about. You can also check out all of our affiliate links for like our Redbubble merch store, our Pro Acryl discount code because they make the best hobby supplies on our planet and yours. And of course, our weird affiliate link if you're buying Malifaux stuff straight from Jonathan Q. Weird himself. Most importantly, though, you can see a link to our Patreon where I post things from time to time, like behind the scenes cuts or early vids, and we even have a tier where I'll bake you cookies and send them to you in real life. Thanks a ton to our current patrons who cover the cost of all of our software to make these videos, and we couldn't do it without them. You can see their names appearing now across the screen. And until next time, goodbye the internet. We did it!